The battle within. Some of the toughest battles we face in life aren't the ones fought on battlefields or in boardrooms. They take place within our own minds. Doubt, fear, frustration, and even despair can creep in when we least expect them. These inner struggles are universal. They affect everyone regardless of status, wealth, or intelligence. The difference lies in how we respond to them. Life throws challenges at us, sometimes small inconveniences, other times overwhelming obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. It's easy to feel powerless in these moments, believing that circumstances control our fate. But what if that wasn't the case? What if, instead of being crushed by adversity, you had a mindset so strong, so resilient that setbacks became stepping stones? A mindset that turns every difficulty into an opportunity for growth? This isn't wishful thinking. This is the foundation of Stoicism. The Stoics, great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, dedicated their lives to developing a way of thinking that allowed them to endure hardship, remain calm in chaos, and stay focused on what truly matters. Their philosophy isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a practical framework for mastering the mind in any era, including today's fast-paced, uncertain world. Before we dive in, if you're ready to take control of your thoughts and develop the mental toughness of a Stoic, make sure to like, share this video with anyone who could benefit, and follow the channel so you never miss out on more insights like this. By the end of this video, you'll have the blueprint to build an unshakable mindset, one that can withstand anything life throws your way. So stick with me until the end. Let's dive in. The Stoic Blueprint for Mental Strength. Every challenge you face is more than just an obstacle. It's an opportunity. The Stoics believed that hardships are the ultimate test of character, revealing whether we truly embody virtues like patience, resilience, and courage. They saw adversity not as something to be avoided, but as a necessary part of growth. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The idea is simple. Without resistance, there is no progress. Modern psychology confirms what the Stoics understood centuries ago. Our interpretation of events shapes our reality. Studies in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, show that our emotional responses are not dictated by external circumstances but by how we perceive them. This aligns perfectly with Epictetus's famous teaching. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you view challenges as unfair burdens, they will weigh you down. But if you see them as opportunities to grow stronger, they become stepping stones toward self-improvement. So how do we apply this in everyday life? It starts with reframing difficulties as growth opportunities. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" This small shift in mindset turns frustration into wisdom, setbacks into lessons, and failure into fuel for improvement. To make this a habit, practice daily mental training. Each time you encounter discomfort, whether it's a difficult conversation, a failed attempt at something important, or even an unexpected inconvenience, pause. Before reacting, ask yourself, how can I use this to strengthen my mind? Over time, this practice builds the kind of resilience that allows you to remain calm and composed no matter what life throws your way. When you stop resisting challenges and start embracing them as part of your journey, you become mentally unshakable. And this, at its core, is the Stoic blueprint for strength. Controlling your mindset, the Stoic secret. One of the most powerful lessons in Stoicism comes from the philosopher Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This idea is a cornerstone of mental resilience. The events in our lives, whether good or bad, are often outside our control. What is within our control, however, is how we perceive and respond to them. Think about a time when something upset you. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic. You received unexpected criticism, or plans fell through at the last minute. In the moment, it's easy to feel anger, frustration, or disappointment. But if you step back and analyze the situation, you'll realize that the event itself didn't cause your distress. It was your judgment about it. You interpreted it as an attack, a failure, or an inconvenience, and that interpretation shaped your emotions. The Stoics teach that mastering your mind starts with training yourself to pause before reacting. In modern psychology, this is known as cognitive reframing, the ability to step back, detach from knee-jerk emotions, and choose a response that serves you. Instead of immediately reacting with frustration or anxiety, train yourself to pause and ask, is my reaction making this situation better or worse? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, had a simple but profound method for maintaining control over his thoughts. He would ask himself, is this within my control? If the answer was yes, he took action. If the answer was no, he let it go. This practice helped him rule an empire with clarity and composure, despite constant political turmoil and war. You can apply the same principle in daily life. The next time something goes wrong, instead of reacting emotionally, pause and ask, is this within my control? If yes, what action can I take? If no, why should I waste energy stressing over it? By adopting this mindset, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. You stop giving power to external events and start focusing only on what truly matters, your own thoughts, actions, and decisions. This is the Stoic secret to controlling your mindset. The more you practice it, the more unshakable you become. True wealth, ideas over material possessions. In a world obsessed with material success, the Stoics offer a different perspective, one that shifts the focus from external wealth to internal richness. They believe that true wealth doesn't come from money, possessions, or status, but from the strength of our ideas, character, and wisdom. Seneca put it best, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This lesson is even more relevant today. We live in an era of consumerism, where people chase material wealth, believing it will bring happiness and fulfillment. Social media constantly bombards us with images of luxury lifestyles, fueling the illusion that success is measured by what we own rather than who we are. But the reality is, many of the world's wealthiest individuals still struggle with emptiness, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Meanwhile, some of the greatest minds in history, philosophers, artists, scientists, were not necessarily rich in money, but they were rich in insight, purpose, and intellectual contribution. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. As the emperor of Rome, he had access to immense wealth and power, yet he placed no importance on material things. Instead, he devoted himself to wisdom, self-improvement, and service to others. His meditations, written not for an audience, but as personal reflections, continue to inspire millions today. So how can we apply this Stoic principle in modern life? By shifting our focus from acquiring more to learning more. Instead of spending excessive time chasing material possessions, we should invest in self-education, creativity, and personal philosophy. This could mean reading books that challenge our thinking and expand our perspective, practicing self-reflection to strengthen our character, developing skills that bring value beyond financial gain, engaging in meaningful conversations that inspire growth. When we prioritize ideas over possessions, we gain something far more valuable than wealth: We gain resilience, wisdom, and a sense of purpose. Money can be lost, but knowledge and character are assets that can never be taken away. The next time you find yourself caught up in the pursuit of material success, ask yourself, am I building wealth in my bank account, or am I building wealth in my mind? The latter is what truly matters in the long run. Creating your own path with Stoicism. Are you truly living a life that aligns with your values, or are you merely following the path that society has laid out for you? This is a question the Stoics urged us to ask ourselves. Too often, people move through life on autopilot, pursuing careers, relationships, and goals that they never consciously chose. They follow the expectations of their families, social circles, and cultural norms, rarely stopping to reflect on whether their path is truly their own. In today's world, this issue is more pronounced than ever. Social media, societal pressures, and external validation have made it easier to conform than to challenge the status quo. Many people chase conventional success, high-paying jobs, luxury possessions, and social recognition, without considering whether these things actually bring them fulfillment. The Stoics, however, believed that self-awareness is the key to living a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." This means that the real danger is not failure or hardship, but living a life that isn't truly your own. To live with purpose, you must first reflect on your core values. What truly matters to you beyond money and status? Are your daily actions aligned with your deeper principles? If all societal expectations disappeared, what life would you choose to live? This kind of reflection is uncomfortable, which is why many avoid it. Avoiding self-reflection leads to a life of quiet regret. Without conscious choices, you may find yourself trapped in a path that was never truly yours. If you never take control of your direction, you risk waking up one day realizing you've spent years climbing a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. So how do you begin to carve out your own path? Start small. You don't need to make drastic life changes overnight. Instead, begin by questioning routines and decisions you've taken for granted. Set aside time for reflection, whether through journaling or quiet contemplation. Take one step each day towards something that aligns with your principles. No matter how small, surround yourself with people who encourage growth rather than conformity. Living according to Stoic principles doesn't mean abandoning all responsibilities or rejecting society. It means making conscious choices rather than blindly following expectations. It means ensuring that your actions reflect your deepest values rather than the desires imposed upon you by others. The world will always try to pull you in different directions. The only way to maintain control is to define your own path and walk it with intention. The Stoic approach to change, adapting without losing yourself. Change is one of life's only constants. Whether we face shifts in our personal life, our careers, or the world around us, change is inevitable. Yet, despite its inevitability, many of us resist it, fearing the discomfort that comes with it. The Stoics understood that resistance to change doesn't just fail to stop it, it leads to suffering. Acceptance of change is the key to maintaining inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoics taught that we cannot control the world around us, but we can control how we respond to it. This is where true resilience lies, in learning to adapt to life's flux without losing our sense of self. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By embracing change rather than resisting it, we allow ourselves to remain anchored amidst life's turbulence. Interestingly, neuroscience today confirms the Stoic approach. Research on resilience shows that the brain is highly adaptable, and by facing uncertainty rather than avoiding it, we strengthen our ability to cope with future challenges. When we confront difficult situations, the brain activates neural pathways associated with growth, allowing us to develop new strategies for overcoming adversity. Resilience is not a trait we're born with. It's something we build by embracing uncertainty. But embracing change doesn't mean passively accepting every situation as it is. Stoicism teaches us to adapt with wisdom. Rather than reacting emotionally or rigidly, we should approach change with the mindset of a philosopher, asking, "What can I learn from this? How can I adapt in a way that aligns with my values?" The goal isn't to force change in our favor, but to find wisdom in it and use it as a tool for growth. Practical application. In a world of constant change, it's essential to cultivate an internal steadiness, an unshakable sense of calm and clarity, regardless of the chaos around us. To do this, practice self-reflection daily. Ask yourself how you can remain composed during stressful situations, focusing only on what you can control, your thoughts and actions. When faced with change, pause, breathe, and ask, "How can I respond in a way that maintains my inner peace?" By developing this mindset, you create an internal foundation that allows you to navigate change without losing your core sense of self. You adapt with wisdom, not with fear or resistance, and in doing so, you become a master of the chaos around you. This is the Stoic approach to change. Embrace it, learn from it, and adapt with unwavering steadiness, turning adversity into strength. Hardships are often seen as obstacles to avoid or escape, but the Stoics taught us a different perspective. They are opportunities to practice resilience, to test our limits, and to grow stronger. Every challenge, whether personal, professional, or emotional, is a chance to build mental and emotional fortitude. The Stoics believe that true strength isn't developed in calm or easy times, but in the midst of struggle. The strongest minds are forged in difficulty. Think of it like the process of refining metal. When it's heated in fire, it becomes stronger, sharper, and more durable. Without the heat, the metal would remain soft and brittle. Similarly, without adversity, our minds and spirits would remain fragile. Life's challenges give us the opportunity to refine our virtues: courage, patience, endurance, and wisdom. These are the building blocks of resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, often wrote about adversity in his meditations. He compared challenges to a fire that consumes everything but grows stronger as it burns. In one of his reflections, he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful statement encapsulates the Stoic belief that adversity isn't something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it's something to be embraced, for it's through adversity that we gain strength. New edition. Every difficulty we face can be viewed as fuel for our personal fire. When faced with challenges, rather than seeing them as setbacks, think of them as a chance to add more fuel to the fire of your growth. The more resistance you encounter, the stronger your mental resilience will become. Every time you rise above hardship, you increase your capacity to endure future challenges. So how can we make this mindset practical? Next time you face adversity, whether it's a personal loss, a professional setback, or any other hardship, pause. Instead of succumbing to frustration, ask yourself, how can I use this to grow stronger? What can I learn from this experience? In doing so, you turn each challenge into an opportunity for personal growth. When you view hardships as fuel for your personal fire, You begin to see life through the lens of a Stoic warrior. You become unbreakable, knowing that no matter what life throws your way, you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This is how adversity becomes your greatest ally in the journey of self-mastery. Long-term vision, a Stoic compass. Without purpose, life can feel like a boat drifting aimlessly in a vast ocean. We can easily get swept away by the currents of external expectations, daily distractions, and fleeting desires. But the Stoics believed that a life without purpose is not a life well lived. To find fulfillment and direction, we must establish a clear, long-term vision, a guiding compass that aligns with our deepest values. A Stoic vision isn't focused on chasing material success or fleeting achievements. Instead, it's about leaving an intellectual and ethical legacy. The Stoics knew that wealth and status were temporary, and while they could be useful tools, they were not the true markers of a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, didn't measure his success by the size of his empire, but by how closely his actions aligned with his principles of wisdom, justice, and temperance. A Stoic vision is built on lasting values that transcend material accomplishments. New edition. To live with this kind of purpose, you must set meaningful goals that reflect your core principles. These goals should be focused on personal growth, contributing to society, and making decisions based on integrity. Aligning your actions with your vision ensures that you don't get caught up in the pursuit of external success for its own sake. Rather, you're living with intention, measuring success by your internal growth and the positive impact you have on the world. But life, as we know, is full of change. Circumstances shift, the unexpected happens, and plans often need to be adjusted. New edition. A Stoic vision is not a rigid blueprint for success. It is adaptable and resilient in the face of change. While your values should remain constant, your approach to achieving them may evolve over time. The Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate, reminds us to embrace life's unpredictability. Challenges, setbacks, and even failures become part of our journey, teaching us valuable lessons along the way. So how can you develop a vision that stands strong despite changing circumstances? Begin by clarifying your values. What do you stand for? What kind of person do you want to become? From there, set long-term goals that align with your vision, but remain flexible in how you pursue them. Life will inevitably throw obstacles your way, but if you hold fast to your principles, you'll find that your vision remains your anchor, even in turbulent times. With a Stoic compass guiding you, you'll move through life with purpose and clarity, always focused on the long-term horizon, even as the winds of change blow. Self-reflection, the foundation of Stoic growth. One of the most powerful tools for personal growth that the Stoics practiced was daily self-reflection. Every evening, they would review their actions, thoughts, and decisions to examine whether they had lived in accordance with their values. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, made it a daily habit to reflect on his behavior, asking himself, "What did I do today? Was I aligned with my principles?" This practice wasn't about self-criticism or regret. It was about clarifying intentions and ensuring they remained in harmony with one's deepest virtues. This daily practice of self-examination is still just as relevant today. Modern productivity experts emphasize the importance of journaling as a tool for self-awareness and growth. By writing down our thoughts, we create a space for introspection, enabling us to assess whether our actions are moving us toward or away from our goals. Journaling allows us to track patterns in our thinking, uncovering habits, behaviors, and beliefs that either strengthen or weaken our resolve. It's through this self-awareness that we can align our actions with our values and improve our decision-making process over time. To make this practice actionable, ask yourself every day, did I act according to my values today? Reflect on your choices, your interactions with others, and your approach to challenges. Did you make decisions that reflected your principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance? If the answer is yes, celebrate that progress. If the answer is no, use it as a chance to learn and recalibrate. New addition. As you continue with this self-reflection, begin to track the patterns in your thinking. Are your thoughts centered on strength, growth, and resilience? Or are they based on fear, doubt, or a victim mentality? Pay attention to how you respond to challenges, criticism, and success. Are you feeding your weakness by succumbing to negative emotions? Or are you feeding your strength by maintaining composure and focus? Recognizing these patterns helps you break negative cycles and build the mental discipline necessary for Stoic growth. By engaging in daily self-reflection and journaling, you create the space for growth and continuous self-improvement. The Stoic journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress, self-awareness, and the constant pursuit of aligning actions with values. This practice keeps us grounded, ensuring that every step we take is intentional, deliberate, and aligned with the best version of ourselves. Leadership through Stoicism. Influence by example. True leadership begins with mastering yourself. Before you can effectively lead others, you must first have control over your own actions, emotions, and decisions. The Stoics believed that leadership is not about titles, power, or external recognition. It's about the ability to influence and inspire through your actions. Marcus Aurelius, despite his immense power as emperor, always emphasized the importance of self-mastery in leadership. He believed that to lead others, one must first lead oneself with wisdom, integrity, and clarity of purpose. New addition. In today's world, many leadership figures rely on performative actions, fancy speeches, grand gestures, and public displays of authority. But Stoicism offers a different perspective. Real influence isn't achieved through words or flashy acts. It's rooted in how we live our values day to day. People don't follow leaders because of what they say. They follow them because of what they do. A leader who embodies Stoic virtues, like wisdom, self-control, and justice, naturally commands respect. Their actions, not their words, speak the loudest. In a world where status and titles often take precedence, the Stoics teach us to prioritize service over status. True leadership is about serving others, not seeking personal gain. It's about setting an example for those you lead, showing them how to live with purpose, dignity, and moral clarity. Leaders who serve with humility and focus on the well-being of those around them create environments of trust, loyalty, and mutual respect. This is the essence of Stoic leadership. Lead by example, not by authority. Practical application. As a Stoic leader, focus on leading through wisdom, integrity, and composure. In challenging situations, remain calm and think critically, acting in ways that reflect your values. Your leadership will be tested not when things are easy, but when challenges arise. How you handle adversity, conflict, or uncertainty will define your ability to lead. Maintain your composure, uphold your principles, and act with fairness and justice. By doing so, you not only influence those around you, but you also inspire them to embody the same virtues. True Stoic leadership isn't about seeking followers. It's about inspiring others to become the best versions of themselves. When you lead through wisdom, integrity, and service, you create a lasting influence that goes far beyond words or titles. The ultimate Stoic mindset. Living with intention. Life is short, and the Stoics believed that how we use it is the most important decision we make. We often get caught up in the routines of daily life. Work, responsibilities, social obligations, and we forget that time is the one resource we cannot get back. The Stoics understood this deeply, and they reminded themselves daily of life's fleeting nature with a practice called memento mori, a meditation on death. This practice wasn't meant to be morbid, but rather a powerful reminder that death is inevitable, and we must live purposefully while we still can. New edition. Memento Mori invites us to reflect on our mortality regularly, encouraging us to prioritize what truly matters. It teaches us that every moment is precious, and that we should live each day with intention. The Stoics didn't let the fear of death paralyze them. Instead, they used it as motivation to live in a way that was consistent with their values and principles. They asked themselves, if I were to die tomorrow, would I be proud of how I've lived today? This awareness doesn't cause despair, it fuels action. Every day presents an opportunity to strengthen our mind and character. Each interaction, challenge, and moment of stillness is a chance to embody Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, and self-control. The Stoics taught that real growth comes from how we handle the ordinary moments, our reactions to frustrations, our ability to stay calm in difficult situations, and the discipline to stay true to our principles, even when no one is watching. New edition. Choose to live each day aligned with your values rather than drifting aimlessly through life. Take a moment each morning to reflect on what truly matters to you. What kind of person do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Then, throughout the day, make choices that reflect that vision. It doesn't matter how small the decision might seem, whether it's a kind word to a stranger, a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, or a commitment to keep growing mentally and emotionally. These small, deliberate actions add up. When you live with intention, you stop reacting to life and start creating it. You move through each day with purpose, so fully aware that time is limited and that every moment matters. The Stoic mindset empowers you to be the best version of yourself, not tomorrow, but today. It's about choosing to live with clarity and purpose, ensuring that your actions are always aligned with your values and your vision for the kind of life you want to create. It's about learning how to face it powerfully. The Stoics taught us that challenges are not barriers but opportunities for growth. When we embrace adversity with the right mindset, we gain strength, wisdom, and resilience. Instead of fearing life's obstacles, we must learn to confront them with courage and composure, knowing that each challenge shapes us into a stronger, more capable person. New edition. Make the decision today to start training your mind. Just as we strengthen our muscles through exercise, we can build mental resilience through deliberate practice. Start by reflecting on your values, challenging your perceptions, and embracing discomfort as a tool for growth. Every moment is a chance to build the unshakable strength of a Stoic, and it begins with the simple act of choosing to live with intention. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the wisdom of Stoicism, I encourage you to watch the next video in this series. We'll continue exploring the timeless principles of Stoic philosophy and how they can transform your life. Final CTA. If you found value in today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. What Stoic principle resonates with you the most? Let's keep building lives of purpose and resilience together.